Okay, welcome back. This is a section 4, May 2021 SAT Corrigible Test. Number 1, it takes 6 hours to travel m miles. At this rate, how much time in hours will it take to travel 5 m miles? So you can make a proportion. Proportion is, in SAT, you're going to see a lot of problems you can apply. Okay, so you can see m miles, 6 hours. So 5 m miles, let's say x. X is the time, how much time it will take. So cross multiply, mx equals 30m, m cancel, so x is 30, a. Okay. Number 2, 2x plus 4 equals 100, and then what is the value of 6x plus 12? One way you can do quickly, if you multiply, so 2x plus 4 equals 100 from the given, you multiply, I try to make it like that. So multiply 3 both sides, right? That will give you this one, 6x plus 12, so 300, b. Okay. Now number 3, length of a furlongs is equivalent to how many meters? So they give you unit conversion. So 8 furlong, 1 furlong is 1 meter, right? So then you can convert dimensional analysis. So 8 times 201 is a 1608 meter. Okay, unit conversion. Number 4, the curve models the number of fish in a certain population. So which of the following is closely the number of fish in the population 16 months after January 2015? So that's approximately, they talk about here. So read it from the graph. That's between 14,000, 16,000, so should it be C? Okay, or 16. Number 5, what is the ratio of AB to BC? So 22, 5. Okay, so B is answer. Next one, number 6. Each of the whole numbers from 1 to 20 is written on one of the 20 identical pieces of paper. The pieces of paper are then put into a hat and mixed together. If a piece of paper is selected at random from the hat, what is the probability that the number on it is a multiple of 3? So let's count it. How many multiple of 3? So 3, 6, 9, keep going, and then all the way up to 18. So you have 3 times 6 is 18. So you have a total 6 numbers. Out of 1 through 20 is 20 numbers. So probability you'll pick those multiple of 3, you have total 6 numbers. So 6 out of 20, right? So then when you reduce by, or you don't have to reduce, its answer is there. Okay, but if you only 6 numbers, I can just write it down. So 12, 15, and 18. You see, those are 6 numbers. That's that is your favorite outcome. Number 7, the table shows the maximum depth in meters of 5 deepest ocean trenches. Okay, what is the range? Range means always a max minus minimum. So if you look at closely in the table, this is a max, and minimum is this. So when you subtract 11,033 meter minus 10,047 meter. So when you compute this one, 986 meters. Okay, so max minus minimum is range. Now next one, number 8. The relative yield of corn expressed as a percent and the soil pH were recorded for 5 samples. Those are 5 dots each graph. And For the 5 samples, the relative yield of the corn reaches the maximum when the soil has a pH 6.8. Then decrease as the soil pH increased. So which scatter plot could represent these data? So at pH level 6.8, pH is on the x side here. 6.8, you have to have a maximum. Okay. So that is 6.8 is around, I mean, this one is that shows around here 6.8, right? That's around approximately 6.8. And the other data, 6.8, that's not maximum. That is not maximum. That is not maximum. Okay, so answer is C. After a new car purchase, the value of the car is modeled by the function and decrease exponentially. Decrease exponentially over time. And which of the following could describe how the value of the car changes each year? Exponentially. So then they should say percent, not actual amount. Actual amount is linear. Okay, each year like 800, then 800 minus 800t, things like that. So it should be linear. So it should be percent. And then not percent more, the value, that's not decrease. So answer D. So actually, this one 8% less than 1 minus 0.08 to the power of t, and let's say initial value is a p. Okay, that's like later value. That's how I'm gonna do. Okay, that's 8% decrease, and that's the exponential function. Okay, answer D. Now number 10. The daily high temperature in degree Fahrenheit for a city in the month of February 2017 are summarized in the box, the box plot shown. Which of the following is closest to the median of the high temperature in degree Fahrenheit of the city in February 2017? So median is right here. Okay. Minimum, first quartile, and then this third quartile, and this one max. And 25% of data, each one. Okay, 25% of data. So one thing you need to remember is, even if this is a way smaller than this, the data, you have 25% of data located here, 25% located here. Okay, remember that. So median, when you read it from the graph, is around 42. Okay, that's the answer. They checking you understand in the box plot, box and whisker plot, where is the median located. 11. The solution given system of the equation is A plus B. What is a 3A plus 3B? So you can solve for the variable, but easiest way, if you notice, when you add up, that's just 3A plus 3B. So you need to add right hand side. 17 plus 19 is 36. Okay, answer is D. Number 12, triangle ABC. The measure of the angle C, so which is angle C is right here, and let's say angle A is here, B here. So angle, if you remember SOHCAHTOA, so sine 3 over 5, sine of this angle, so 3 over 5. And then if you remember Pythagorean triples in the right triangle, 3, 4, 5, so 4 is here. Now they ask you what is a B, cosine B. So then adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's also 3 over 5. Answer is A. Or if you notice, angle AB, angle A and angle B, they are complementary. So as long as the A and B add up to 90 degrees, cosine B and sine A should be same value. So that's the other way you can do. So you can get it answer quickly. They should be same value. Okay, we call that a cofunction. Okay, as long as the two angles are complementary, add up to 90, that sine and cosine value should be same. Number 13, for the linear function, y equals f of x in the xy plane passed through that 2 point. Which equation defines f? So let's talk about then slope. Slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's say this one x1, y1, x2, y2. So 6 minus 2 over 2 minus 0, 4 over 2. So slope is a 2. So only one answer choice it has a slope is 2. So C is answer. Now let's move on. Number 14. In 2017, Wyoming State Senate had 30 elected members consisting Democrats and Republicans. And D represent the number of Democrats who vote yes for a bill, and let R represent number of Republicans that vote yes for a bill. And for a bill to pass, the more than half of the 30 senators must vote yes. So which of the following inequality represent all possible values D and R for a bill to pass? So D plus R, number of Democrats, number of Republican, that's total number of those senators. Yes, that's greater than half of 30, which is a 15, right? So should it be A? Okay. In order to pass the bill, D plus R should be greater than half of 30, which is greater than 50. Number 15, you have a quadratic equation, and C is a constant, and then the equation has exactly one solution. Exactly one solution means, remember that, quadratic equation, D is greater than 0, two real roots, two solutions. If it's equal 0, then one real root. If it's less than 0, then no real root. Okay? So D means discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. It's coming from quadratic formula. If you remember, x equals negative b plus minus b square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So if you remember, so if this is greater than 0, then one is a plus, the other one is a minus. So you have a two roots. If this one equals 0, then this is gone. So you only have a negative b over 2a, one root. And the inside is a negative, that's undefined. So you're not going to have any real roots. So that's where it's coming from. It's coming from quadratic formula. So when you plug it in, b is a negative 2 square minus 4ac. That is going to be 0. So 4 minus 4c equals 0. So 4c equals 4, c is 1. So answer C. Number 16, the table gives some values of possible lengths x in miles, monorail system, and their corresponding cost to build f of x in millions of dollars, which following equation models the relationship. So this one, just plug it in and see which one works. When x is 5, you should get 4 to 5. Not this one, and not this one, and not this one, right? So only this one. 81 times 5 is 4 to 5. 10 times 81 is 810, things like that. Just plug it in. 17. The set of data is represented by the scatter plot in the portion of the xy plane shown. Which of the following linear equation best models the data? So you have to kind of draw on your own the best fitting line. So I would say, let's see, it's like approximately like things like that around there. So then you can say your y-intercept should be around 26. Okay, definitely not 18 something. Okay, so your y-intercept is 20.6 or 25. And the slope is a negative. So let's see, what is the right slope? So closest one, from here to here. So let's think about it. Then you go down, but you have to look at the values here. So negative 2, you need to go down. And across 10 to 14 is 10 to 14, around 4. So that's approximately negative 1/2, negative 0.5 around my computation. But it's not negative 6x. So closest one is A. Okay. Maybe my best fitting line, it should be little less steeper to get better solution, but I don't have any problem to choose the right answer. Okay. So what is the best models? Okay. Next one. Number 18. Okay, they gave you chart there. Okay, the certain book is available from publishing company in both hardcover and paperback. The table above shows the revenue cost 2016 in each hardcover, paperback books produced by the company. 2016, the total cost 200 of the books, and were sold between 2200 and 2400. And which of the following could be the number of hardcover books that were sold? So let's say X is a number of hardcover books that were sold. Then they talk about cost. So I'm gonna look at here this value. So hardcover books is $14. So I can say 14x. That's the cost for hardcover books. Plus paperback is only $10, so 10. And then how many books you can write in terms of X for soft cover? Total books is 200, so 200 minus X is the number of soft cover paperback books. So that's the total cost, and that is between 2200 and then 2400. Okay, so that total cost. This is a hardcover books and this is a paperback books. That's the total cost at between these two values. And I need to isolate X then. 14x plus 2000 minus 10x. And then when you reduce 4x, 2000, that. And then it's like this, 2400 and 2200. And then 4x, when you subtract 2000 both sides, this is 400 and 200. And then when you divide by 400 here, and this one 50. So which answer choices belongs to 50 and 100? So answer A. Okay. You can solve for X. Number 19. On analyst estimates the cost of each paperback books will increase 50 cents each year after 2016. So increase a certain amount. So that's a linear, as you see all of them linear. So which of the following models the cost of C in dollars of each paperback books T years after 2016? 2016, the value is a 10, right? Cost. So 10 plus each year it will increase 0.5 $0.5. So 0.5 and each year number of years after, so T. Answer C. Okay. That's the linear. Number 20. Line M is defined by y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2 and line P parallel. Okay, parallel means the same slope. All of them same slope. And then pass through that. So you can, if you remember, point slope form, that might be faster. So y minus y1, so y plus 3, slope negative 3 over 4 because parallel, x minus 4. Okay, so y equals this here. So negative 3/4 x plus negative 3/4 times negative 4 is a plus 3. And then you subtract this one, you move the other side, minus 3. So cancel. So you end up with B. Okay. So you can use a Poinslow form. You can, if you want, you can use a slope-intercept form. No problem. You should get the same answer. Number 21. Which of the following additional measurement to the triangle provides enough information to determine length of AB? Okay, so but notice this one is right angle here. So length of AC. Let's say if you know this one, length of AC, that is enough information to determine length of AB. If you know length of AC, yeah, of course, Pythagorean theorem, right? So yes. What about the measure of angle ABC? Any other angle given, then definitely that also true, because you can use, let's say this on X, then you can use a cosine, right? Cosine that angle B is X over 25. So as long as this angle given, then you can find out that X, right? It doesn't have to be that angle, it could be this angle too, right? Any angle given, then you can find out the unknown side. So either 1 or 2, C. Number 22. The solution to which system of inequalities is represented by the shaded region. Okay. So this one right here, y equals 7. So if they say x equals 7, that's the wrong one. That's a trap. So should it be, but which one, right? So if it's a confusing, I mean, obviously, this graph, y equals to 2x plus 1 is right here, but it's above, so should it be greater than equal to? So answer is this. But if we forget, like, or where, up or down, like the shaded region is open to where for the inequalities, you can try with a certain point here. So like 0, 4. So see which one works, right? You have to pick the 0.4 is in the solution area. So if you pick here, so 4 and 2 times 0 is a 0, 0 plus 1. Is it 1 is greater than equal to 4? No, that's not true. But when you plug it in here, 4 greater than equal to 2 times 0 plus 1, yes, 4 is greater than equal to 1. So that's true. Okay, you can plug in some point too. Next one, number 23. Now, Paulina has a 28 book, so that if you count that frequency, that's the 28. The frequency table summarizes the number of pages in each book. If she buys the new book, has 62 pages. So those are pages here. So 62 is the biggest one, right? Is the biggest one here. So how will this impact the mean and median? Okay, you can see 62 is way bigger than the rest of the data there. So if you add a 62 in this data, then your means should be should increase, right? So is that decrease? No. Then mean also is that decrease? No, right? So mean should increase. Then what about the median? Median is the number in the middle. So if you have originally 28 data, now you add one more, so 29 data, right? So then 15th one is your median, and before is 14th, average of 14th and 15th, because that's even number of numbers. The average of 14th and 15th data is your median, but after you add the 62, 15th one is your median. So let's count it. So then where is the 14th, 15th one located? So when you add up to here, that's a 12. And then 14, 15 located here, because 5 data value after that, you have all of them 50. So then you're not going to change it, okay? Still 14th one, 15th one is a number of pages of 50, both of them. So it should remain the same. So C is the right answer. Okay? Number 24. A recipe requires F cups of flour and Arnold accidentally used 50% more flour than the recipe required. So how much flour did Arnold use in terms of F? So 15% more. So F plus 0.5 F, right? 0.50 F. So which is a 1.5 F. T. Okay, that's how much Arnold used accidentally. 25. The table shows the distribution of the object in a collection by shape and color. In a triangle selected at random, what is the triangle selected random, not rectangle, so you don't have to look at here. So that's your denominator, which is 7 plus 5 is 12. And what is the probability selected triangle is red. Your favorite outcome is red triangle, so 5. So P is right answer. Okay. Your favorite outcome over total outcome. Number 26, a group of students participated in a study, and it was determined that for each hour experience performing a certain task, the time necessary for each student to complete the task decreased 5%. When they took 30 minutes to complete the task with no experience, and which function models the amount of time t in minutes will take Wendy to complete the task after X hours experience. So each hour experience, the time necessary for each student to complete decrease by 5%. Okay, so without any experience, it took 30 minutes. But now 1 minus 5% decrease, so 0.05. Right? So each hour, so to the power of X. So each hour, it will decrease by 5%. Okay, so which one represents that? So it should be C. Okay, so this one is a 5% decrease, and this one every hour. Okay, X is the number of hours experience, then it will decrease by 5%. So decrease by 5% is exponential. Also increase by a certain percent is also exponential. Okay, remember that. Number 27. Okay, on equation for the graph is shown. That's a zeros form we call quadratic equation. B is a constant. What is the value of B? So look at zeros. Okay, 0 means x-intercept. So you can set it up by those zeros, x minus 1, x plus 3. So when you compare with the given one, B should be 3. Okay. 28. A school club is paid $315 for recycling C pounds of aluminum cans, P tons of paper. The equation is like this. Represent the situation. What is the interpretation of 60P? So you know that then this one is how much it paid for recycling P tons of paper. That's what 60P means. So if you read it, so look at the D. The total amount in dollars a club is paid for P tons. Okay, not each ton should be P tons of the paper recycle. So answer has to be D. Number 29. What is the sum of the solution? Okay, one way you can do, you can find the actual x value by putting square root. So x minus 3 equals square root of 81 is a 9, or x minus 3 it could be negative also 9 because plus minus comes out when you put square root. So x equals, when you add 3, 12, x equals negative 6. So when you add up, sum is 6. Okay. Number 30. Each of the 3 data represent the 3 dot plus 15 values. The median ABC is lowercase ABC respectively. Now what is the relation between the lowercase ABC? So let's find out medians in each data. You have 15 values. So ace one ACE1 is a median in the this data. So ACE1, this one is ACE1 when you count it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So median is a 5, and same way ACE1 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a 5 again. So median for those three sets, they are same, equal. So answer should be D. Okay. Next one, grading. The length of side of square ABCD is twice the side of length of square. So you can quickly draw this one. ABCD is a little bigger square. A, B, C, D, and you have a smaller one. That is E, F, G, H. Those are square. Remember that this one is twice. AB is twice compared to EF. The area of square EFGH is 9. So that means 3, right? 3 times 3 is 9. So twice of that 3 is 6 here. And then this is also square, so 6. What is the area of ABCD? Then 6 times 6, 36 will be answer. Okay? It said that this is twice length this. And then how are you going to find out this length? Because they gave you area of this square. So area of square is one side square. So 3 times 3 is 9. Then you can find out this one is 6. And then what is the area of ABCD? 6 times 6 is 36. Okay. Number 32. The scatter plot shows 11 data points along the line of best fit for the data. For how many data the line of best fit predicts y values? That is less than. So predicted value is less than actual. Okay. Predicted value is on here, on the line. That is less than actual. So actual is right here, right? The predicted line value, that is less than the actual dot. So how many? You have a 5. Okay. Number 33. In the given equation, C is a constant, and then the equation has a no solution. So if you look at the left-hand side, right-hand side, those are two linear. For two linear, not to have any solution, no intersection, means their slope should be same. So C is 1 over 4. That's it. And this one is a y-intercept 0, and this is a y-intercept 2. So different y-intercept, same slope, then they're not going to have an intersection, which means no solution. So C is 1 over 4. Okay, same slope. Number 34. What number is 1% greater than 7,000? So 1% greater than 7,000. So you can say 7,000 plus 7,000 times 0.01. Okay, 1% greater than 7,000. So answer is 70, 70. That should be your fine answer. Okay, 1% greater. Now, number 35. They gave you a percentage of components in a liquid mixture by volume. A liquid mixture is composed of the 4 components, and the table shows the percentage by volume of each component. The volume of each component prior to mixing is the same as the volume of the components in the mixture. The procedure can be used to extract the individual components that were combined to form the liquid mixture. When the procedure is applied to extract the components in the mixture, a portion of the volume of the components may be lost. So let's look at number 35. If the volume of components B, so we're talking about right here, the liquid mixture is 1 milliliter. So what is the total volume of the liquid mixture? So component B is 1. So component B is 25% of entire mixture. So you can say entire mixture, that's what you're looking for, total volume, times 0.25, 25% of that, that is a 1, right? So X is 1 over 0.25, so that is a 4. So 4 milliliter is total volume of liquid mixture. Now, number 36. The procedure was applied to a new sample, 9 milliliters of liquid mixture to extract component C. Now, this time, component C right here, blue one. Now, due to the loss of the volume from the procedure, the extracted volume of the component C was only 90% of original volume of this component. So what was the extracted volume of component C in millimeters? Okay, so total mixture volume is 9. And then in the mixture, only 20% component C will be extracted. So times 0.2, 20%. But there's some loss because in the procedure, right? From the procedure, they're gonna lose something which is only 90% will be extracted. So 90%, 0.9 times 0.9. Okay, so when you multiply all together, then you get 1.62. So 1.62 millimeters will be finally extracted of the volume of component C. Okay. Now, next one. 37. The function fg defined above, b is a constant. Okay, let's multiply it out. This is multiplying. So remember, f of x times g of x, that's a multiplication. But f of g of x, so if you see that this notation here, so that's what we call composite, which means f of g of x. So that is not same as this, okay? Remember that. But this one is a multiplication. It doesn't have a opening in the circle, then that's just a multiplication. So when you multiply x squared plus bx, 3x squared minus 9x. So let's multiply f of x times g of x. I'm foiling. So 3x the fourth power, outer term, minus 9x cubed, inner term, plus 3bx cubed, last term, minus 9b x squared. So I notice only x squared term is this. Okay? The other term is not, doesn't have x squared term. When you compare with this, so that should be same as only that. So x squared you can cancel out. So then negative 3 should be equal to negative 9b. b is then negative 3 over negative 9, which is 1/3. Okay? So that's how you're going to get the b value quickly. Compare. And then term by term. So x squared term, when you compare, coefficients should be same. Now, number 38. The rectangular mirror shown has a width 3 feet and the length 5 feet. It's surrounded by the mosaic boulder with the x feet. Okay, so 3 feet right here in the middle portion, and this one 5 feet. Okay, and it's surrounded by mosaic decoration boulder, and the area of the mirror is with the boulder 35. So what is the x? Okay, so you can set up. So this one, if you think about it, 5 is here, but x, right? So then you can say 5 plus 2x this side. And similarly, this is a 3, but you add x and x, okay? So then you get 3 plus 2x here. So area of rectangle, 5 plus 2x times 3 plus 2x, that is area 35 with the boulder. So we need to solve for x from here. So when you fold it out, 15 plus 10x plus 6x plus 2x times 2x, 4x squared equals 35. And then 4x squared, if I rewrite it, those are like terms, plus 16x. And then when you subtract 35 both sides, minus 20 equals 0. You can reduce by 4, so x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. And then you can factor x plus 5, x minus 1 equals 0. And then x equals negative 5 and 1, but x is a dimension of that boulder. So it cannot be negative. So x is only 1. Okay. So that's how you're gonna set it up and then solve for the variable. All right, that's it for this section 4, and then I'll see you next corrigible test.